So they'll be calling you radicals. Sorry about that. But my point to the dead in Oregon, that's where a lot of them go. There's literally hundreds of thousands of homeless, of the so-called throwaways that people have just, they have no other options. So many of them go to Oregon, so many live in homeless camps. Up in the Willamette Valley, I've been up along those rivers, and family members have given up on them. Everybody, so will we ever know the real dead count? No. You know, just the way Bill Eugenics Gates and Klan wants it. I mean, what's happened to this country is a disaster. So, Europe has finally come out and said this cheap, clean, green myth, they call it, which it's not a myth, it's total fraud. It's the greatest fraud pushed on humanity in the history of the world, called nuclear energy. Finally, a study's come out, $600 billion in European subsidies. Well, that doesn't even get close to the United States of usury. The United States has subsidized this grotesque. There's your flaw. To the tunes of trillions. So the flaw is an act in Congress called Price-Anderson. Now, I remember when Jake Garn here was our senator, and he spent his whole freaking career trying to overturn Price-Anderson. What's Price-Anderson? That's a congressional act, a congressional law that basically says there's no liability on any of the... And they're not... Everybody thinks these are somehow public utilities. Oh, no. No, they're privately owned by guys like Bill Gates, by, Apple, Google, the same clan. All roads lead to Los Alamos. Now, the subsidies, so what that means is there's no liability. It's free money. They can do whatever they want. And if this doesn't prove you in Ohio and Illinois and Utah, the fraud, the bribery that's gone on here, and you don't see them going after the bribers, do you? It's being reported that the lobbyists sat down and wrote the bailout bill with the legislature. Well, hello, that's what they do. They did it here in Utah. I caught them, I watched them, I talked to the lobbyists, I put it online. Yeah, we write the bill. We just feed it to them. Give them a little. Utah, they have what they call gifting. It's legal. Here, you want to stay in our condo for 2 weeks in San Diego, you and the family? Here. Legal. You want to go on this trip? Here. Legal. Hey, we have a place in Hawaii. You want to? Legal. I could do a whole dissertation on the bunker in Hawaii, on, the crypto freaking, which was built to cover up Fukushima 2012. That's where the whole Fukushima cover-up was orchestrated there. Ask Edward Snowden. Where's he sitting by the very people he said? There's another level to the CIA. Who are they? World oligarchs. Who's he sitting right next to in Russia? World oligarch number one, Tsar Putin. It's amazing to me how everybody fucking just lets these guys off the hook. They'll get down the rabbit hole, Epstein, whatever, which is like they're ever going to show us who that clan really is. They get to Los Alamos. So Los Alamos is being reported now that all the birds are falling out of the sky dying. Right at the same time, they come out and admit, yes, we've been transporting the MOX fuel from Japan and Savannah River, South Carolina to Los Alamos. The most toxic shit. All coincidence. It's all coincidence. Dead tide pools collapse post-Fukushima. Starfish aren't coming back. Coincidence. Epic, historic 90-something% Pacific salmon collapse. Coincidence. Historic dead whale starvation event. Coincidence. Dead pine trees. Coincidence. Historic fires, historic heat source where the atmosphere is actually catching fire and burning when it's so ripe, so tender, so dried out, so dead pine trees that the static electricity from power lines start multiple fires at the same time. All coincidence. Cancer rates spike. Birth defects spike. Now, cervical cancer is getting much better. I'm living proof, But the rate of cancer has gone psycho, especially to the youth. What have we done to our youth? They can all get, loot the future, give to my friends, which has been going on since 1980 ray gun. And your political dogma, I'm so sick of Trump ads and Obama kids, I could puke. Anybody that's hypnotized by these political parties thinking that somehow they're different, somehow, and they dug in, something's wrong with you, Well, something's wrong with the whole country. You know, it's the ecology. When you could sit and watch this environmental catastrophe unfold at your fucking feet and just act like there's nothing wrong. Fucking talk about Orwellian mission accomplished. You know, so the bodies are starting to show up in Oregon. They will over the next little, which ones they'll be reported. But there'll be so few, so many people, because there's so many people that loved ones have given up on. They'll, you know, they're just the throwaways of society. What? Oh, I got a bad credit score, you know, off an old bill from, you know, 1996. And so I can't rent a place. They won't hire me because I had, you know, some financial issues in 1999. So I live in a tent in Oregon, you know, burned to death. And my family says I need to pull myself up by my bootstraps and get a job, which I try to get a job. And every time I make $15 an hour, or I make $10 an hour, and I can't even pay fucking rent. You know, what the people, I'm blown away at what's happened in this country. So people don't care. People are so fucking, it's just like you got guys making $50 million a year running down NBA fucking courts with Black Lives Matters on. Look at the tags. Made by slaves in China. And you think there's a choice. You think, oh, Trump? Let me say this. I said this in 2016. Continue the cover-up of Fukushima, Donald Trump, at your own fucking peril. At your own fucking peril. Everybody knows. You can play pretend and you can go along with these oligarchs, which not only did he go along with the oligarchs, Abiy, which is the cover-up king, he basically got in bed with him. How about getting in bed with the Saudis who did 9/11? At your own peril. You know? He's going to lose dramatically, and that's why. Now, riding with Biden, sliding with Biden, he was vice president. I will quote the VP to Hoover. Hoover was one of the greatest anti-nuclear activists who ever lived. To indiscretionally bomb innocent men and women. This is on August 7th, 1945. Never in the history of warfare, in the history of mankind, has any society did this. The United States has just did this. It's the most disgusting thing in human history. It revolts my soul. His VP's famous quote, Vice President, this job is worth about as much as a bucket of warm piss. So, sliding with Biden, he was VP. He was a United States Senator during the Fukushima cover-up, wasn't he? He hasn't said anything. Kamala Harris used to talk freaking nuclearism all the time on the shutdown of San Onofre. She worked with me on the shutdown of San Onofre. Her mother, the cancer research PhD at Livermore, all roads lead to Livermore, same as Jeff Bezos' grandpa, and LaSalle. The birds dropping dead. Thank you, everybody, who supported this historic work, but I'm getting tired, and I'm getting sick of it. I'm tired of being poor. I'm tired of living like I've lived for the last, almost 10 years, fighting this incredible monster, the greatest fight in human history, the only thing that matters, the Fukushima disaster, which should have took apart the greatest crime syndicate in human history, which is the nuclear energy crime syndicate, and everybody's got their fingers in it. Up, down, one thing, they make a living, beyond make a living off other people's taxes. It's the most disgusting, freaking biggest lie, and people still perpetuate it and still go along with it because they don't know any better. So, I said, at your own peril, do not mention Fukushima, Trump, and at your own peril, you'll lose. And he's going to lose. He's going to lose dramatically. And, what'll happen after that, I don't know. You think Biden's going to mention? Oh, no. It's been classified. Now, think about the people inside that classified it. Patriot Act into the United States as we know it. The United States, this is what a democracy looks like. No. The United States was a republic with a constitution. They shredded the constitution with the Patriot Act. There is no constitution. Patriot Act took care of that. No transparency. We were going to have San Onofre and Fukushima hearings in 2013. Pushed them into the underground court. If there's no media, then there's no court. There's no fucking report, ask Julian Assange. ask Barrett Brown. Go ask Aaron Swartz. You know, Obama freaking did more damage. You know, the war crimes. I want to ask you, every one of these. Julian Assange puts out the collateral damage video. Have any of you ever seen that collateral damage video? That's what set Bradley Manning on his path. He's in jail too. Obama went out. Remember, Obama was the peace activist. He was going to go after Bush for war crimes. He voted against both wars, got a Nobel Prize for peace, and ended up being one of the biggest killers in human history. You know, they're all the trilogy. Post-2000 till now, what a catastrophe. Any of you have seen that footage of that video? And you think you're okay with that? You're okay with the United States military doing that? If that's the okay for thou shalt not kill, and then you call yourselves in the name of Christianity? Oh my God. Wow. Off to hell is all I can say. If anybody's okay with that and thinks that a journalist cannot report that and put that out, off to hell. You're an accessory to mass murder. I mean, it's disgusting. The war crimes, and then Obama perpetuates them, and then, you know, from 9/11 to 3/11, same plan, and then Trump just perpetuates again. Oh, I'm going to show you the JFK file as soon as I become president. You know, it was supposed to be out after 50 years, the Warren Commission. Oh, whoops. Obama. Nope. Oh, Trump. Well, I saw it. No, I'm not going to. I mean, it's not. I mean, it's all hyperbole. People are so hypnotized. These guys can do whatever they want, but they all do the same thing. The cover-up of Fukushima is the greatest crime in human history. The nuclear energy freaking crime syndicate. The dead in freaking Oregon. This is the greatest ecological catastrophe in human history. This heat bubble. All coincidence. Okay. I think everybody has supported this historic work, but I'm getting tired. And I'm getting really frustrated. You know, I got to get my lake work done, you know. And it doesn't matter really how many people we need, you know, my post-ignorance army, which is so lean and so few, because this country's hypnotized. You can only be hypnotized if you want to be hypnotized. Very frustrated. Really, honestly, I'm to the point where I don't know what to do. Stay tuned. I got to dig up a couple $1,000, you know, get bills paid, get my work done. I'll get by with a little help from my friends. I'll get high with a little help from my friends. Stay tuned.